teams can build features incredibly fast. AI, frameworks, templates. Speed isn't really a limiting factor anymore, especially if you're a small business that can move fast. So the real limit is whether users understand what the product does and how to interact with it without stopping and thinking what to do next. And that's UX. Not how it looks, but how it works. So when no one is shaping user experience intentionally, you get things like flows that make sense for your team internally, but not externally for the users, screens that ask for the wrong things at the wrong time, onboarding that assumes knowledge that users don't have, features that look complete but don't solve the original problem. So the product works technically, but it doesn't work for people, their needs and wants. And that's where the drop-off happens. And it's one of the reasons your growth feels slower than it should be. So great visuals certainly help, but the real work is to reduce cognitive load and remove hesitation by guiding the user to the next action seamlessly. And if those are not there, no amount of new features will fix the experience. If you can't bring a designer yet to your team, I'd recommend you do this. Run short weekly user tests, so 3 to 5 sessions, and you'll catch 80% of the issues. During the sessions, watch how they interact, note where they hesitate, and really focus on the places where they stumble. Use a design system, existing or custom, so try to get the foundation right. And once the core experience is solid, you can then start exploring additional layouts and interactions to improve your product. Write down the user's goal for each screen and focus on one goal, not 5. Be explicit about the next step and what happens after it. So this might reduce a risk of building yourself into a corner. So it's not really about hiring a UX designer from day one. It's about having the right level of UX thinking at the right stage. So early on, you might not need a full-time designer, but you do need somebody who can think about users, flows, and friction points. And either that could be a founder with a UX background, a freelancer, a planned user testing, or a few rounds of UX audits. For example, using ClarityBee UX audit tool. And then later, as the product grows, design starts to matter more. Consistency, accessibility, and smooth interactions become essential for onboarding, retention, and generally standing out in a crowded market. So if the goal is just to test demand, you can keep UX lightweight early on. But for products with more complex workflows, for example, fintech, healthcare, B2B SaaS, early UX isn't really a luxury, it's almost critical. So remember, it's not about pixel-perfect design. Focus on clarity and keep the cognitive load of your users low. And to help you with that, I built ClarityBee, a tool that gives you UX audits fast. I also support teams with UX and MVP development, so feel free to reach out to me if that's something you need. And if you found this useful, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.